Hey, so you want to come to America and be a student and to expand your academic experience and to change your life forever. Great, 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 great. But how do you do it? How? That's my job today. My job today is to show you how this is done. But you got to be honest with yourself. You got to be honest with yourself. Listen, America is known as land of the free, home of the brave. Are you brave? Are you brave? You've got to have guts to make this journey. You've got to be strong. Okay? It's not enough to say, I want to go to America and be a student. I want to go to college in America. No, that's not enough. That's not enough. Some of you just got this fictitious dream rolling around in your head. One day I'm going to go to America and do this. No. You've got to know all the details, all the facts, what goes into it, where the pitfalls are, where the holes are in the ground, where the great spots are where you need to be positioned. You've got to know it all. You've got to have a plan even after you reach America. How are you going to live? Where are you going to stay? Can you pay rent? Come on, these are important things you need to know and look at. My job is to help you look at all that. Some of you, just like, I just want to go, I just want to go, just want to go. And some of you really want to go and be students. Others of you, it has nothing to do with being a student. Some of you are saying to yourself, hey, the minute I reach American soil, it is over. It is over. My country will never see me again. I just want to plant my feet in that place. Hey! That's my fake Nigerian accent. My Nigerian students have been teaching me. So, you have to be honest with yourself. America wants people that will come study and really, really transform the world and change lives and put their academic studies to use. And then some of you are saying to yourself, you know what? I see my country. I see the condition it's in. I'm going to go to America. I'm going to study. I'm going to take up my studies and I'm going to take what I get from the US and I'm going to bring it back to my country and I'm going to create change and I'm going to enhance and lift up my country, my nation. Well, I'm here to help who wants help. I'm here to lay out the process and to show you what goes into this. It's not enough for you to have that dream. I want to go to America. No, it has to be clear. It has to be laid out. The game plan has to be set out clearly in front of you so you know, okay, step A, step B, C. All right, we're almost there. D, oh, we got a problem here. How do I fix this? Okay, so that's what I'm going to help you to do today. And you will be completely clear on what to do, how this is done. Whatsoever dream, goal, vision you have, I will do my best to assist you to land in America and to be a student and to transform your life forever. All right? Next video, I'm going to show you the process. Let's go! All right, so what is the process that goes into all of this? How do you start? How do you make it happen? Okay, so the first thing is selecting the right college. You can't go after every college in the US. It's just not smart. You have to find a college that has the area of study that you desire. And you have to also choose a college based on your understanding of your budget, your financial situation. And it would be to your best benefit to also consider whether or not you could even afford this. It may be in your best interest to actually go after colleges that offer scholarships, okay? And some get excited over the fact that, hey, they applied to college and they got accepted. Woo! Hey, guess what? I got accepted. Yay, yay, yay. That's not the end all be all, okay? Getting accepted in a college that you cannot afford to go to is not a great move. Okay, all you're going to be doing is walking around with an acceptance letter, but you can't deliver. You can't pull the trigger on that. And so many students have made the mistake of looking at being in love with the state and the location and what the college has to offer, more than focusing on the fact of then that they cannot execute this acceptance. They're not focusing on the fact that financially I can't pull this off. So you're going to have to be very proactive in going through the list of colleges that will best suit you and that would offer you what you need. So it's very important not just to submit an application to random colleges, but it has to be the right schools. And my team, we tend to target schools that offer scholarships, and it's very important that your selection of where you're sending out that application, that a lot of thought goes into it. So first is the application process. Second is the acceptance letter with conditions. Once you apply to college, let's say everything goes well in your favor, they give you an acceptance letter with conditions. That letter may say, hey, we're willing to take you, but we need to see some bank statements. We need to see that you qualify to go to our university. We need to see proof of this, that, certificates. They may ask you a variety of different things. Once you meet those conditions, okay, then we're ready to receive what is called an I-20. The I-20 actually gives you a whole breakdown of what you have to pay, or what was covered through, let's say you got a scholarship, what was covered in the scholarship, what wasn't. And it's that official stamp that this university, hey, has accepted you. And with the I-20 comes a I-20 service fee. The service fee is $350 US, okay? And if you can pay it on your own, it's $350 US. If you have to use someone to pay it for you, it could run you $400 or $450 US, depending on who you use to assist you in paying that, because it's not always easy paying that service fee. Trust me, it's not. It could be hell on earth. Anyway, so first, application. Second, acceptance letter with conditions. Third, the I-20. The fourth step now is, once the I-20, once you receive that, the fourth step is applying for a visa in your local country. The visa comes with a fee. The visa fee, well, I know in Nigeria it's like 160 US. When you pay that visa fee, you get access to a portal, and that portal actually allows you to select a date to come into the embassy, okay? And I'm telling you, that date thing could be a challenge and a half, okay? Because some students, let's say, this is 2022, some students, let's say your acceptance is for August, and you have orientation in school in August, but you go to apply for a date at your local embassy and they don't have any dates available until January of the following year, but you got to be in school in August of this year. Oh, what a nightmare. What a nightmare that could be. Yes, that's part of the headache of this process. And then you have to go date hunting. You got to get help in getting an earlier date, which my team, we have a group of folks that actually assist with that, legitimately and properly, of course. I don't believe in prison. I'm actually very allergic to prison, jail, very allergic. So I stay away from anything that is not within the guidelines of the law. All right. So let's say you put in the application, you get your acceptance letter, you satisfy all of that. You get your amazing, awesome I-20. Boom, that I-20 is very exciting when you get that. You get you pay your visa fee, you get a date that is adequate, and now the next step is an interview to get your visa. That interview. That interview process, it is, Jesus help me. It can be 2 to 3 minutes, 2 to 3 of the worst minutes of your life, or the best minutes of your life. It could be very, very nerve-wracking. you could mess it up and it could really offset everything you've done thus far. You have to know how you're going into that interview. You have to use wisdom, and it requires you being prepared. You got to also walk with your I-20. It has to be signed. There's many people that go into that interview and they never sign their I-20, and guess what? They get rejected. So when that I-20 comes in, you got to have a physical copy to go into that interview to show them, hey, I've been accepted. Here's my I-20. It was paid for. And you have to be prepared, So, we will assist all of our students also in just being ready for that process, so you don't go in there and make a fool of yourself. And, we will do our best. Now, after you pass that stage, let's say you get accepted, there is the traveling part. You got to have your airline money lined up, okay? And I know some of you are listening to this and you're like, oh my God, wow, I got to have $450, I got to get $160, then I got to get airline money. That's well over $1,000. I don't have $1,000. How am I even going to do this? And some of you are like, listen, my parents got it. Yep, all that. We good. We're ready to go. If that's you, then awesome, but we also have an option for the individuals that say, you know what, I ain't got that. And Mr. Henry, you're killing my goal right now, my vision, my dream of traveling to the US. Don't worry. We have some suggestions for everybody, options for everyone, all right? But that is basically the steps that are involved in this. And we are going to be there to walk you through every last one of them. So my next clip, I'm going to talk about the application process. Okay? Next. All right, the application process. Okay. So, application process is not always easy for some of you. Some of you, all you have is cell phones. Using a laptop would be much, much easier. All right. And like I shared, you don't just want to apply to any school. You want to know what school you're applying to. My team actually work with students to make this process easier. And based on which package you're interested in going after, some of you will actually get online with you and assist you, walk you through step-by-step applying to the college of your choice. All right. So the application process doesn't have to be so tough, grueling, but for some of you, it can be, and our job is to help you with that. Okay. The acceptance letter. Some of you may need a sponsor, because the acceptance letter, when it comes in with conditions, those conditions, if you can't meet them, you're not going to be able to go on to the next level of the I-20. Some of you may need a sponsor that's going to have to show bank statements that they have adequate funds in there for you to finish your time out, your residency, your school fee while you're in college studying. And without a sponsor coming in and saying, hey, you know what, I'm backing this student, I'm supporting this student making this happen, you're not even going to get past the acceptance letters part. So you can move on to getting your I-20. It's just not going to happen. All right. I-20 step is awesome. It's exciting. All right. And you will actually need that when you get over to get your visa. Okay. And paying it, we can help you with that. Okay. We can help you make that payment. We can help you with that process. And the $450 fee that we asked for in order to make that happen, some of you may be saying, oh my God, where am I going to find that from? Let the video finish. There's hope. There's hope. All right. So the I-20 service fee, that's very important that you get it paid. Now, some of you Have local vendors in your country. I know there's one connection a person had in Nigeria that was charging an additional $50 to help students pay that I-20 fee. Listen, whatever we can do to assist you in the process, we're going to do it. We're going to make it happen. Okay? So the visa fee now, that process, you got to have money. You got to have that 160. You got to be able to pay it. You got to be able to make that happen. It's just got to get done, and you have to calculate that into your expense as a student trying to make this happen. Okay? A lot of people, they pay the visa fee. Once they realize they can't get a date that is consistent with their orientation for school, they give up. Oh, I can't make this up. No, my dream is over. No. It's not the end of the world. That's why we're here. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't have to be the end of the world, okay? And if you know a person that has that type of situation where, they just can't get an adequate date, there's proper, legitimate ways to help with that. And I stay on proper and legitimate, like I shared earlier. Very allergic to prison. Don't like it. Okay? The interview. Oh my goodness. You talk about 2 to 3 nerve-wracking seconds, minutes of your life. A lot of people, they put so much pressure and stress on this moment. And you really shouldn't. You really shouldn't. And I hear a plane flying above me, because after the interview, and once you get accepted on that interview, the next thing is the plane ticket. But you have to really prep and prepare yourself, okay? Your emotions. You got to have the emotional intelligence and maturity to handle this moment. There's a great I saw online, they're called the Argo Visa. It's a channel online on YouTube. Great channel to go look at, get some ideas. I highly recommend them. ARGO Visa. Look that up online. These guys are immigration, they're ex-visa interviewing individuals. They used to do a lot of interviews. They worked for the U.S. Embassy and they did interviews. They interviewed a lot of people, right? And they're really, really good at giving you insight into the minds, into the process, the do's and the don'ts. I leave it up to the experts. Those guys, there's nothing I could say to you that they wouldn't say better. So I definitely recommend checking them out. It's really important that you are prepped and prepared for that moment. A student went over there once for an interview and saw another student, and she had gotten denied. And this girl was literally in tears. And she was saying, you know what, I'm going out in that expressway and I'm jumping in front of a car because this was it. My life is over. This is it. And she felt it was the end of the world. And you can't do that to yourself. You cannot throw away all faith, all confidence in the future on 3 minutes of a person making a decision about you. That person is not God. They don't determine whether or not, you have an amazing life or your life is successful. You cannot give yourself permission to believe that, okay? So I really want to encourage you guys to be strong. You're going to go ahead and do this process. You have to truly, truly trust God to walk you through this and know that if God accepts you into another nation, no man can stop you. That's the type of faith and confidence you got to go about this thing with. All right. Nevertheless, you have to do everything that is earthly possible to prepare and prep yourself so that you handle this properly the best way you know how. And then the rest, you got to leave it up to God. And yes, I'm a firm believer, no shame in that game. I believe that once God is for you, nobody can stop you. All right? So, you got to remember to walk with your I-20. You got to remember to sign it. People get denied for not signing it, and some people have been turned down 2-3 times, and the fourth interview, boom, they get in. Yeah, it gets like that sometimes. All right, so you get denied once at the interview, it's not the end of the world. Muscle up, suit up, knuckle up, and get back in that ring. Okay, that's how we do. All right, so sometimes it's not even your fault. Sometimes the person could be having a bad day. That's life. Think about you sometimes, how you perform on your job, how you treat people on your job when you're having a bad day. If that person's having a bad day, you can't go around blaming yourself that you got denied, because it could be totally based on the emotional state of that person giving you the interview and what happened with the coffee spilling on their shirt, or their dog did something, or their wife found out something. Come on, okay? It could be a gazillion things. So you cannot throw away all faith in the future if that interview goes left. Okay? All right? So next is the airline expense. You got to count that into the equation. All right? See ya. Okay, airline ticket. Well, you better have it. You better have it. You could have everything else in place. If you ain't got your airline money, then, really? So just make preparation for that in your budget. You know what's interesting? Some scholarships actually cover the airline ticket. Believe it or not. I thought that was so awesome when I found that out. And that's why we're so big on going after scholarships. Some people, they want to do this by themselves, and they go after these colleges where they end up paying, all of the tuition or a great part of it. But if they only had the knowledge that you apply to these particular colleges here, the probability of you getting a scholarship is higher. They have no idea, and so I really want you guys to put that into your budget, put consideration for airline travel into your budget. All right. Okay. So after that, we are going to talk about fees. It's got to cost something. I got to make some kind of money off of this experience. This is work, right? And so we're going to talk about fees next. Here we go. Everybody wants to change. Everybody wants to change. I want to change too. Boom. So I made a change. All right. Hope you like the beard. All right. So packages and prices. Okay. So we are the Avalonic Travel Abroad program, just like my LLC, my corporation package would show here. Okay. All right. It's my corporate records there. And we're registered in New York, okay? So we're not about to disappear and go hide somewhere, all right? We have two options for you, okay? And the first option is whereby about a staff of 6 workers, you submit your information and the staff of our 6 workers jump all over your file to market you out to schools and to help package you for schools that would have a high probability of working with you, okay? Now, that option, you may end up with a 30% scholarship, 50% scholarship, 70% scholarship. It's contingent on your grades, contingent on the choices you are going after in terms of a school or a particular study. It's contingent on a few factors, your history. We will assign 6 of our staff members to just go all over your file. So in that package, unless you are going for a master's or a PhD, the possibility of you getting a full scholarship it's not high. I'm just keeping it real with you. So save your money if this doesn't work for you. I'm just keeping it real with you, right? I know we already lost probably half of you, but I'd rather give you the truth than sugarcoat stuff, drag you along like a lot of companies do, and you waste your energy and your time, okay? Now, if you have a sponsor, and let's say we get you, a 60% scholarship, 50% scholarship, and you have a sponsor that could cover the rest, great, fantastic, right? If you don't, it could be a challenge for you. It could be a real big challenge for you, all right? We'd have to go hunting for a sponsor, which for some people, hey, that's a possibility. But that's the first package, okay? You could end up with a 50%, a 30%, 50%, 60, 70% scholarship. You would have to find a difference in capital, all right? And it's not, I can't guarantee you 100% that you're gonna be, able to go to those schools, especially if you don't have a sponsor, all right? Now, that's our first package. That one is it's gonna run you 500 US. The second package, we've never been turned down by these basket of universities that is a part of the second package. It's gonna run you 985 US, and it's really awesome. It's the most solid package we got. Why? We've had great success with it. And what I want you to know is that that particular package is contingent on a few factors, okay? Number one, we have short-term courses, which is about 3 months, 4 months. We have 1-year courses, which is a little bit more expensive than the 3-month course. And we have 2-year packages with that. You have to be able to come up with the 985, which part of which actually goes towards your tuition. And you have to show that you could afford the balance of the payments. So some courses may cost 3,000 US, okay? You'd have to first pay the 985 and you'd have to show proof that you could cover the rest once you reach the US. But the main expense that you got to come up with is the 985. This does not include your visa fee, okay? But this is, part of this is your tuition because, it's just how it is. And if none of this works, you get back half of that money, okay? You get back half of that money. Now, those are your two choices. If all of this is expensive for you and you just can't pull this off, I understand, but I'd rather you know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing else but the truth, before spending your money with us, okay? But that 985 package, we've never been said no by a university. And but we would assess your file first, your information got to be in. We will assess your package first, and then we'll take it from there. All right, before you even engage and spend your money with us. So if you're interested, those are the two options. And if all of this is just way too expensive for you, and maybe you're not ready to travel to the US, travel abroad, I'll just be honest with you. Or maybe you need to do some networking. Okay. Maybe you should, lock arms with some folks. I got a whole community here that you could join for free. My mentorship team, members from 11 different countries. And we work with each other, we fundraise, we create businesses together, we do a lot of fun stuff. But it's actually a spiritual based group. And it's really, really focused on spiritual empowerment, intellectual empowerment, and financial empowerment. You could join that for free, network, and maybe help find a sponsor that's going to help you do this. But apart from that, for those of you that are interested in either of those two packages, reach out to us. We'd be delighted to assist you. And payment is easy. It's not difficult. Some of these countries, we accept your local currency. Others, we take PayPal, we take Bitcoin payments. And we're here to assist. We're here to help you in this goal, this dream of yours. Look, nothing of value comes cheap without costs. And I just want you to know that we are here to make that happen. We're here to really, really make that happen. All right. So that's about it. I've given you as much information as possible on this whole process. You could always contact us. The number would be below, our WhatsApp number. Our staff and our team is on standby looking to help. We're here to make this happen for you. Okay? I know to some of you, I destroyed your hopes and dreams. And to some of you, you have that type of capital. You're ready to move forward. But don't see this as the end all be all. Be a person that go after what they want and don't let anything stop you. You may not have a sponsor now. You may not have the capital now, but you network, you work your career, you put the necessary things together, you communicate with the right people, and miracles can happen. I have some people that didn't have all the money in the beginning when they started out, but they found it. Family eventually saw that, hey, this person's serious and making moves, and they found it, and they experienced success. All right? So I hope this helps, and looking forward to hearing from you guys. Okay? Me and my staff, we're ready, willing to serve. All right. Peace.